What's good, Phinish, and what's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. And tonight I'm joined by a very special guest, Sebastian Alvarez of Shot Cultr. By the way, I love
Yes, sir.
I love how you set up your whole logo and everything. It's fire. He also the official photographer for Per4orm's Sports, and he's also a trainer at Per4orm's Sports. So yeah, man, Sebastian, how you doing tonight? Thanks for coming on, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I'm good. Very good, man. Excited to be here, bro. Fin Nation. Let's go.
Excited to have you, man. So let's get into this, bro. I one of the questions I'm actually most curious about is what made you get into photography? Like, what made you pick it up? Because you're quite good at what you do, my friend.
I appreciate it. It's crazy. I actually never really saw myself as look. I never knew I'd get into photography, but I'm a trainer first. Actually, I went to school for exercise science and kinesiology, and then working at Perform. I kind of just had to pick it up because just like Nick was like, "Hey, come to the field with me, and here's my camera." He literally gave me his camera. He was like, "Here, just get some shots. We need some shots for our Instagram." And then I would just go because also like I was just kind of just following him and just kind of learning him, like being a trainer. So at the same time, I was just getting shots for us, and then I just slowly started liking it, and then I started getting better, and I was like, dang, I enjoyed it, and then I started getting picking up these little jobs and stuff. So I ended up becoming like a photographer over time, which I've only been doing it for like probably a little less than 2 years.
That's awesome. Now I'm guessing you have your own equipment and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah, now I just got it probably less than a year ago. I started buying my own stuff after Nick like gave me everything. You'd give me his drone, his camera, all that stuff.
That's awesome. Nick's an amazing
Mhm.
guy. Highly Bred says, "I'm here for Seabass the goat."
That's my boy. That's my number one fan right there for real.
Fins up gaming. Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
Um,
he's the man.
All right. So you also do training. Can you just talk about a little bit of the training you do at Per4orm? You told me you work with athletes and such as well. So, I mean, what exactly do you do at Per4orm? I mean, you said you just went to school for it too. So, what's exactly your role in terms of training at Per4orm?
Well, so there's a bunch of us trainers there. There's probably about seven of us trainers. I We can all do really everything. I train little 6-year-old kids all the way to also the pro athletes sometimes if I need to. I do a lot of the adult classes that we hold at Perform,
Nice.
but I also really like working with the little kids. I have a little 2-year-old son of my own, so whenever we get some little kids in there, it's funny because they're usually like little soccer players, and grew up playing soccer, so I end
Awesome.
up training these little kids there a lot. But yeah, I do it all, man. Do it
That's
all.
awesome. I got a 3-year-old daughter and a 7-month-old daughter, so I get it, man. Um, how long you been a Dolphins fan for? I mean, you told me before we went live that your brother is a season ticket holder, so clearly it's in the family. How long you been a Dolphin fan for? And
Dude, my whole life,
what
born in
started, Marino?
man. Honestly, bro, we've always been since I can remember. We've been a Dolphins fan, man. We've been a Dolphins family, Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins, Miami everything for
That's awesome.
life, always, no matter what.
So, who's your favorite Dolphin when you look back on it that you've watched?
Oh man, my favorite Dolphin. Oh man, I've had so many good ones that I've liked, but definitely like when I think that's what like how you said, man, Dan Marino was a big like reason why probably our parents would start putting us on like the Dolphins and taking us to games and stuff. But man, every year I always like a lot of Dolphins players, man. I can't put a finger on just one, to be honest. Especially they move so much. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
tough. Wes
That's
Welker actually sticks out in my head, to be
wow.
honest.
Wow, I'm surprised.
He was
I,
so
I
low key.
I thought you were gonna say Ricky Williams, bro.
Ricky Williams too. I remember chanting his name, man, being at the top, all the way at the top of the stadium, and just seeing him just sprint down the line. It's Ricky, run, let's go.
That's
But
awesome.
Wes Welker sticks out because he was like very like low, like no name kind of guy for the Dolphins who was there, and he would do like he would come to our school and like do events. And then all of a sudden he like blew up once we got rid of him, of course. But yeah, it's definitely why he sticks out for me.
Let me ask you this: like, you're a lifelong fan of the Dolphins. You've worked with, and you've been around Dolphin players at Perform, as well as players for other teams, right? Like, just as a fan, what have you like? What's your takeaway in regards to what you've learned about athletes? Like, are they much different than the average man? Like, is there a little bit of ego involved, but that ego is a good side of an ego, where that ego is just to push themselves to be the best? Like what have you learned about working with all these athletes that kind of surprises you as someone who was a fan like 5 years ago?
Man, honestly, what surprises me is like how regular they are. Honestly, how regular they are. Like people you grow up seeing, like if you've never seen like a pro athlete in your life, you're just like looking up to them like, oh my God, like you're this like statue, you're this god, like but man, like being around them, like how regular they even want to be treated, you know what I mean? To be honest, that's what surprised me the most.
Yeah, because even like a lot of your still shots, they're posing for you, like they're smiling, they're laughing and stuff like that. You know, it is one thing that stands out too is it are you dealing with like crazy work ethics? Like, is that what you've learned that separated these guys from the guys that don't make it?
Man, for some of them, yes. For some of them, yes. I was just talking to JK about this the other day, because I was training him, and I was just like telling him about how like there's so many different kind of athletes. It's just some people are just natural born athletes that they just need the football in their hands and they get crazy. Like there's something clicks in their head and they go. And there's others that like work, study, do extra time at the gym, do extra runs at the field that like they need that. Like there's two worlds to it, man. There's natural athletes and some freaks that just like dig in deep and just work, work, work.
One Dolphin I wanted to ask you about that isn't Tua Tagovailoa, and I know, Nick said he's been going to Perform since I believe it was like grade 6 or grade 8. Jordan Scarlett, he's new to the Dolphins right now. In that backfield, you got Malcolm Brown, Myles Gaskin, Salvin Ahmed, Patrick Laird, Jared Dokes they drafted, and Jordan Scarlett, obviously. What have been your impressions of? Because I know he's one of the players you've probably seen the most. What have been your impressions working with Jordan Scarlett? Like, do you think, I've heard that, he's going to make it in at least a special teams role capacity. I've also heard that Tua really, really likes him. Is this, do you think that, give me your thoughts on Jordan Scarlett overall, the player and the person that Miami Dolphin fans can expect?
Jordan's an awesome person. Like he's always been the coolest, most down to earth dude. And I think like him kind of sitting out last year, kind of sparked him up this year a lot. So he's been working his ass off. He's been working, studying a lot. I talk to him pretty often because I've been seeing him around for a couple years, so I'm pretty close with him. And I just know like he's on it this year for sure. Especially being home, man. Like imagine growing up a Miami fan, growing up in Miami and being able to play for them. Like,
Oh, he's a
you have
Dolphin
no.
fan? He was a Dolphin fan?
He's from here. I'm not.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
not sure if he's a Dolphins fan. I would assume so,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's from here. So that
That's
has to
awesome.
like turn something on where you're gonna
Um,
play for your home team.
that's awesome, bro. Because I like, even with Gaskin having the season he had last year, you feel like that running back room is anyone's for the taking right now, right? So,
Oh yeah.
and you've worked with Gaskin a little bit, haven't you? You've seen Miles Gaskin
Um,
up front.
I've seen him, but no, I haven't really worked with him at all. I've just seen him when like Tua would hold his like little training sessions with the guys.
Yeah.
I've seen him, but no, I wouldn't. I haven't worked with him at all.
So let me ask you this, because you've been a fan for a long time, families, fans. Okay, in your opinion, and let's get into some Tua stuff here. In your opinion, you know, is Tua Tagovailoa, and I know what your answer is going to be. It's Tua Tagovailoa. Do you think the most legitimate shot we have at a franchise quarterback
Oh,
since Dan Marino?
oh yeah, for sure, 100%, man. And I'm not even saying that because like maybe I'm biased because I see him every so often and stuff and talk to him. But even last year, I felt like that. I was like, man, this guy's the truth. And then seeing him this year and meeting him and being around him and seeing how much like that kid works is it's ridiculous. I'm like, man, like I really don't know. Like I'm around a lot of athletes. I don't know like many people that are like him, like actually study and think about this like 24/7.
Mm.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
my question for you would be, when do you remember? Because I actually didn't ask Nick this. When, to your recollection, when did they start getting together for these group training, like between the players and Tua bringing the players over? Like, has it been going on since like February, March? Has it been going back that far?
No, I wouldn't say it'd be that far. Maybe I want to say April,
Okay.
maybe end of March and in April they were doing it, but not too far. Not
And
too far.
Nick told me, he said, Lynn Bowden's one of the best athletes he's seen up front. And I know you've seen Lynn Bowden. How impressive was Lynn Bowden for you? Do you feel the same way? He's one of the better athletes you've seen up close and personal?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually there when they had their first session together, Nick and Lynn Bowden, and like me and Nick kind of looked at each other like, whoa, like we didn't know like really much about this kid, and we're just like how fast he just picks stuff up. We're like dang. And then Nick after the session, like I don't ask too much, but Nick after the session was like explaining to me who he was and what he's been through and all that stuff, and I'm like, dang, that kid looks nice.
How much of a leader has Tua looked like at Perform? Like, have you like, everyone talks about you. You remember probably the rumors and stuff like at the end of the season where certain players were talking to Armando Salguero, and they were out on Tua. Barry Jackson put out an article like a week and a half ago that a anonymous player insisted to him that him and teammates think Tua Tagovailoa is going to be really, really good this year.
Hmm.
Um, were you surprised by how much of a leader he's been, like in terms of I'm gonna assume a little bit here, but he brought all these guys over. You go look at mini camp, DVP's had some drops that have been talked about, and after every drop it's Tua pulling him to the side and coaching him up a little bit. Did when you saw Tua and you saw him in action with all these guys, was one of the things that stood out to you like how big of a leader he's turning into right now with this team?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. When like I would just like when they first started, because it was aside from perform, like we would use the same field, but Tua would like on the side, like just be on the other side and be like, hey Nick, like I'm gonna grab these guys and I'm gonna be on that side out of your guys' way, like completely away from us. So like me when I was there, like I'm just a photographer, so I didn't want to be like all intrusive and stuff. I'm like, oh, like let me give them their space, but like from far, and I just slowly start creeping in, just like watching. And I was just like my eyes were like this, like whoa, like this kid, because man, honestly, like he's young. That was one of my first impressions too. Like man, he's younger, like seems like young, looks young, like. And then, but just seeing the way like just gathered everybody, like a true leader and like a grown ass man, just like all right, talking to him. Like I think I should send you pictures where you could see him like in a group, just showing them like some plays and talking together. But no, definitely like the way he speaks to them also on the field it was dope. Like for me to see, because honestly, I would always just see him and me. It would just be me, him, and Nick, me, him, and Nick. Like not around too many people, so I wouldn't hear him like how he talked to everybody. But then when I saw him with the players, I was like, whoa, like there's like a grown man talking to his team. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Out of all the players, I know he brought out the offensive line for, what was it, for a week or so? He brought out the offensive line as well, right? The offensive line showed up. Um, who's been the most impressive players that have stood out for you that you expect big seasons from as a Dolphin fan that you've seen firsthand?
Ooh, firsthand, man. Honestly, I'm expecting big things out of all them, man. I'm hoping big things out of all them. Always been really excited to see Albert Wilson. Honestly, a lot. Obviously Jordan, really rooting for my boy Jordan. Who I saw a lot out there also is I'm trying to think of his name right now. Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins was there like probably every single time early. And
Mm.
Mac Hollins has been working a lot too, to
He's
be
been,
honest.
you've been putting in the work, eh?
Yeah,
I
yeah, Mac
remember.
Hollins.
I remember. It's funny you say Albert Wilson because I remember Nick Hicks was just gushing about Albert Wilson to me when we talked privately about him, and he said I believe his wife works out with you guys, right? Too. His wife works out at Perform. I think it is.
Yeah. She used to work out at the gym, but then ever since COVID, like one of our trainers goes to their house and she trains them over there.
Okay. Because I know you've seen a lot of football players, right? And even if you've only been there for a couple years, can you talk about how good of a route runner is Albert Wilson?
Dude, he is smooth. That guy's IQ is out of the roof, man, out of this world. He
Like,
is so smooth.
is he one of
And
the better route runners you've seen?
yeah, for sure. He is smooth, and also like I can tell also because he was always first up when they would go out there and throw. He was always the first one, and then you talk to everybody like, okay, like if someone kind of did like the wrong route or a little bit, or like telling them like, all right, if when they're in this coverage, like, all right, you want to just bring it in a little bit, or you want to turn out just one more step. You could tell like they kind of pay attention to him, and he's kind of a leader out there for the receivers.
Mm. What have been your impressions of Jakeem Grant? And I asked this because I know he's worked out quite a bit there with Tua. And last year he had a rough go at certain times, right? Like he had some key drops. It was just a rough go for him last year. And he's been around for quite some time. What are your impressions of Jakeem Grant, what you saw up close and personal with Jakeem Grant?
Oh man, honestly, I remember seeing Jakeem Grant for the first time when I would go to like the practices at the training facility, and I was just like impressed by the how fast that guy is.
Hmm.
That guy is super fast. But yeah, I also when they would go out to the field, I wouldn't see him too much, but like him and Tua, they'd always like talk about like, okay, let's do that route that we did this game, like, and then they go and do it and just like kind of work on that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I wasn't around Jakeem too much.
Hmm.
But the times I did see him, like he would just walk up and just personally like talk to Tua a lot. They'd
Hmm.
work on like the things that they know together. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Let me ask you this. First question: did you see Kirk Merritt up close and personal?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, brother, how big of a man is this guy? Like, is he absolutely muscles on muscles type of ripped out here? Like,
Yeah,
does
he
this
is
guy look
ripped.
like one of the strongest guys in the locker room?
He looks strong. I don't know if he's one of the strongest dudes, man. I see some huge dudes all the time, but I remember they would make fun of him a lot because they would just always wait for him to just take off his shirt every time they're out at the field. Like, is this the one where he's gonna take it off? Because he would just literally just be in his like Under Armour, like his like tights, and just his shirt, and then I'll eventually just take off his shirt and just be walking around sprinting. But yeah,
Let me,
he's definitely
is he
muscular, bro.
is he fast?
Yeah, he's fast.
Like, if you were to clock him, what do you think? 4.4 speed or 4.3 speed?
I would say probably if I had to guess, probably 4.4. Yep. High 4.3, 4.4.
Do you think there's a chance he makes the team? Because he's someone I've been excited since, because he's just I don't know if you guys do verts and stuff, but I know when he was with Arkansas State, he recorded like a 47.5-inch vertical
Jeez, he's
jump.
explosive, bro. Explosive. But yeah, man, I would hope so. I would hope he makes a team, man. Especially like there wasn't like when two would go out there, it wasn't a bunch of people like these football teams have a lot of receivers and running backs on the squad. It wasn't like all of them out there. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping that the guys that were out there putting some work in with him, like make it. You know what I mean? Like they've been
Mhm.
putting in work. So
What have
that's
you
who
know?
I'm rooting for sure.
What have you noticed in terms of Tua's mechanics and how he's throwing the football compared to where he was last year?
Um, to be honest, like he just looks so comfortable, so much like so confident and comfortable. Like I can't tell you really about his mechanics, like, oh, he's getting his arm a little bit deeper, but just like mentally, he just looks comfortable and confident for sure.
Hmm.
Like doesn't second guess. He's just knows what he's doing every time.
So you're taking these shots, man. I gotta ask you because you've had some key shots. I mean, you've had shots of guys pumping out iron. You've had shots of guys sitting down. You've had full out action shots. What's your favorite type of shot? I mean, because you've been in the gym with them. You've been in the garage gym. You've been out on the field. Like when you
Yeah.
get into this, like what's your kind of favorite shot with these guys, and what do you think works out best with them?
Oh man, I what I do best is, man, I stay out the way. I stay out the way, but like in the picture, I want it to seem like I'm like right there, like in front of them. But I do my best to like stay out the way, and I love just action shots for sure. Action shots, catching the ball, stretching out. You see all their muscles flexing. That's mainly what I like. In the gym, it's a little harder. It's darker. It's like the best thing you could do is like get like when they're doing certain like contractions of their muscles just to. But that's why I think like I'm like better than most photographers because I'm a trainer also, so I kind of know what looks proper and
Mhm.
what like's gonna where they're going, what's like I kind of anticipate, like I know what movement they're doing. I understand the movement, so I know I'm like in the right spot at the right time. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
that's what's helped.
I gotta ask you, man. Nick told me a story about um Tua going out there and doing some sled work and beating some AFC and NFC running backs, bro. Were you there? Was this true?
Yeah, yeah, I was there, man. Yeah. He would call out everybody. You better line it up, anybody. That was a fun day, man. Because that day we had everybody out there. Everybody was out there that day, man. And that day, everybody was just going in. Everybody was racing. He was calling out everybody. Tua was even on the side. Like once he did his rep, he'd go to the side and just cheer everybody up. Like, tell them to push. Like that day was real cool. Because you could
I
see that he like connected with everybody there. Because normally, like Tua and Nick would just be like training by themselves. You know what I mean? Like he'd be there maybe before, but then eventually, like Tua started jumping in the group sometimes if he had to, depending on his schedule. And that day, like he ended up being in the group with everybody, and that day was fun, man.
That's awesome.
Everybody, yeah.
How's it been getting? Have you got to know his family a little bit too? Because I mean, I had just about 2 weeks ago, I had one of Tua's cousins actually uh DM me on Twitter, and they just was one of the nicest guys that's hit me up, and he's just he said he watches the show. He thanked me for always he thanked me for always defending Tua and to come in to bat for the kid and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he talked to me about they were in the he was in the hotel room after the national championship loss to Clemson and stuff, and we were just talking about that. Have you got to know his family, and what's been that kind of experience? Because it's almost like a family package deal. He's
Oh
different
yeah.
that way, right? Family values matter something to him. Like, and his dad has quarterback camps, right? I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
How's it been to kind of get to know Tua, but not just his family, but also his family as well?
Yeah, I've been around a few family members. I haven't met like all of them personally, but I've met his dad. Of course, he would come and watch him train. But I think I met him one time only. I met his uncle, another uncle of his. They're all cool, man. They remind me of my own family because like I come from a Spanish background, so everybody's very family oriented. That's how I grew up. So like seeing that, like I'm kind of used to it. You know what I mean? Very very family, tight
Oriented.
family, man. They'll
Yeah,
do everything for each other.
that's awesome. I gotta ask you this though, bro. The pictures when Batch Cookies just opened up a couple weeks ago, they opened their second location in Plantation. How did it feel to see Tua standing there with a bunch of cookies and your sweater on, bro? Because that
Oh
sweater
my
is
god.
fire. That hoodie with your logo is fire. So
I
simplistic.
appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. No, it was crazy. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Especially right now, man. You know how hot it is in Florida right now? Do you
Yo,
know how hot it is?
were you guys getting Tua hoodie out? Were you guys getting hoodie Tua out there where he's rocking the hoodie like he's been rocking in minicamp and stuff?
No, man. No, that was just at camp. He wasn't wearing a hoodie at all around us. Actually,
Yeah,
like, yeah, but he wouldn't like have it on. Kind of always rocks a hoodie. That's why I gave him one. I gave that one to him for his birthday before I even actually dropped like my hoodies like on sale. I gave that to him for his birthday. But it was funny, like I actually we're at the field one day and he told me, he was like, "Yo, man, like I actually got a compliment on your hoodie yesterday." But I was like, "What? You wore it yesterday?" I'm like, "You didn't even send me a picture or anything. Like, what's wrong with you, man?" That was
that's
a
a
long, long time ago when I first gave it to him, and then when he was on his way to badge, he FaceTimed me. I was like, "What? Like Tua?" I'm like, "Whoa!" I answer, and he's wearing the hoodie. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Man, you see, I'm rocking." I was like, "No way!" I
that's
was like, "That's
amazing.
awesome." He's like, "Man, you going to badge?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there soon," but I missed him. He was just kind
Bro,
of.
when I come out there in October, you better have one of those hoodies ready for me, bro. Because I
I
live up
got
here in
you.
Canada, so I'll get usage
Yeah,
out of it.
you'll use that.
I'll use that, bro. Don't you worry, man. Um, I would like I know we got some pictures we're gonna go over here a little bit that you send me. We'll go over those in a little bit. But man, like you've worked with running backs, receivers, quarterbacks. Um, you know what I mean? Like any. I mean, here, you're a Dolphin fan. Let me ask you this: any intel? Because y'all been working with Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, I believe it is, right out there too. Like, should the Dolphins be worried that the Bills might have a running game this year?
True. Yes. Yes. Devin Singletary is, I've been saying it for months, like that guy's gonna have a hell of a year. Hell of a year. He's been putting in so much work since, bro, the entire offseason. That guy, I've seen like just level up tremendously.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm excited to see him ball out for sure.
Because I don't know if you've heard, but my friend Jeremy Clump, who works for Fanatic, he was in the chat. He messaged me not too long ago. Zach Ertz to the Buffalo Bills is basically done, and that'll be coming through. And he just dropped in the chat that it's going to be Zach Ertz to the Buffalo Bills, and it's going to be in the whole new contract for Zach Ertz as well. So the Buffalo Bills are getting legit right before our eyes, man. So, you got any crazy stories, bro? You don't have to name the players, but like anything that kind of blew you away, like whether it was it was a player that you weren't expecting much, and then he hit the field and you're like, holy Jesus, or anyone in the weight room that kind of like over the top, like you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be all right, and he goes out there and he benches a whole bunch or deadlifts a whole bunch of weight.
Mm. Any crazy stories? I wouldn't say I have crazy stories, man. I kind of try to stay out the way of these guys, man. You know, they're in there they're at the field for an hour and they're pro athletes. Like I grew up playing sports, like I know what kind of focus like these guys got to tap into. So I really don't try to like get into like crazy stuff with them. Like they go to work, bro, and then it's 1 hour at the field, and then they get to the gym, get their 1 hour workout, and they go with the rest of their day. Like so I don't really have crazy stories, but for sure, JK is just like he moves weight easy, way too easy.
Really, eh?
Yeah, he moves way too easy. He's
You know,
just so explosive. It's easy. It's
that
crazy.
that was I don't know if you know, but last year with the Raekwon Davis pick at 56, that's who the Dolphins were originally targeting, was J.K. Dobbins, to take him at 56, and he went to the Ravens first anyways, right? So crazy you say that, because now Mark Ingram's gone, so the backfield is on J.K. So you're telling me go get J.K. in fantasy right now? That's what you're telling me right now, huh?
Not trying to give away my picks, man. Not trying to give away my fantasy picks. Oh
Oh man,
man.
that's jokes. Yeah, I gotta ask you this, because when I was talking to Nick, he said 201 from 60% body fat. He's at 10% body fat. We've all seen the pictures you put out. The pictures you put out have been like a really catalyst to what I'm about to ask you. How noticeable is the body transformation in Tua from when he arrived to where he is right now?
Yeah, a lot. Like I see him often, but I still can like notice the change a lot. And especially today when I was like looking through pictures to send you a folder, I was just like, whoa, like dang, I noticed like even more. I was like, damn, he changed a lot, dude. But yeah, definitely like even at first, like there's one day where he just like took off his shirt and just started flexing, and then I just see it like, bro, you just see his abs poking out. I'm like, that boy did not have those. That boy did not have abs, man.
Yo, man, I gotta ask you this. I mean, and you don't have to say like I'm just talking about in general NFL players right now, because you've been around them and stuff. You know, the Watson stuff. The media has been hard on Tua. You know, not just Tua, but any player. You know, do they hear this noise? Like, do they hear this bullshit? So pardon my language, this bullshit, you know, continuously going out, like, and not just him, like, even if it's DVP, you know, being rumored about being traded and such, do they hear this stuff? And like, do you think they talk about it, or do you think they just dust it off and keep it moving, or do you think they put it on the shoulder as a chip to disprove people? Like, there's no way they can be escaping this type of noise, can they?
Man, to be honest, I really don't think they pay much attention to it as people think, to
Really,
be
eh?
honest. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then a lot of them are just even smart enough to rarely ever even use like social media. Like they'll stick to like just smaller group things like Snapchat or something where they don't even have to read any stories, any BS. Like especially like at this point like how much crap people want to talk. Like it's not a surprise. They go through it even in college where people are just talking crap, talking crap. You kind of just get tired of it. And you learn to block out the noise, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that would be my guess, man. Even when I ask, people like or like just
Oh
brush it off
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and
And they know
you don't
things
want to
that
walk up to walk up to Tua and be like, "Hey, what do you think about the rumors of Deshaun Watson?" You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that, right? So,
nah, hell nah. But
yeah.
yeah, nah. And to he like even at first when I first started taking pictures, like he did not like to my knowledge, like he did not even have Instagram on his phone.
Really,
Like,
eh?
yeah, you don't he don't care for it. It's crazy. Like I take pictures of him, but I know like low key he doesn't mess with social media like whatsoever. He loves when I
Mm.
send him all the pictures though, but he's not a social media guy. He don't care for that whatsoever. Whatsoever.
Let's look at some of these pictures you sent me, because you sent me quite a few, and if you got anything you want to add when we bring these pictures up that you think, you know, context to the picture or whatever. Is this,
Uh,
I'm just looking by his arms, is this when Tua first kind of arrived?
Man, I don't know. I've been there so many times. Um, but no, I would say that'd probably be midway through. But that's what made his abs, dude. That's what made his abs poke out.
Crunches
Those
all day,
workouts.
eh?
That's not a crunch, man. That's something different, bro. That right there, he's got to keep his knees and his elbows together, and he's got to rock back and forth without
Oh,
letting go. He's rocking.
wow.
Yeah, that is hard, hard. I want you guys to try that at home. Keep your knees touching your elbows the entire time and just rock back and forth
Wow.
on your butt. Oh my God, that burns. Try that out.
That's why the abs are poking out, not
Oh
just why
yeah.
they showed up, eh?
And he makes that stuff look easy, bro. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
He's just doing right there. He's doing abductors. He's activating his glutes right there.
This guy out here, eh?
That's manual adductors,
He's gonna be able to
abductors. Hmm
great cheese on those abs. That's what he's gonna be able to do after this. Jeez,
No,
unbelievable.
ad,
Is,
those are your adductors, bro, not
oh,
abs.
adductors. I thought he said
Uh-huh.
abductors. I was like, ad.
Yeah.
Is that his
Ab and
gym?
adduction.
Is that
Yeah.
his gym? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, those are for his glues too. Kirk, yep.
There's a boy Kirk, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Out there catching some footballs. Out of boy. Man, I got someone. There's DVP. What did you think of DVP when you met him? Nice guy. What did you think about him as a player when you saw him in front of you?
Yeah, that was crazy because I've always kind of been a fan of him, man. And they're all really cool, man. Like I said, bro, I stay out of the way. I didn't even want to take pictures of them at first because I would only like take pictures of Tua. I even asked Tua, I was like, "Yo, man, you think it's cool to take pictures of them? Like, they'll be all right." He's like, "Ask them," and then I asked them. They're like, "Yeah, yeah, it's cool." I just stayed out the way. I didn't talk much, but nah, he's cool.
Who's
Cool
this?
dude.
Reed Sinnett?
Yes, yes, sir.
So Reed Sinnett was working out with you guys too as well. What do you think of Reed Sinnett?
Yeah, man. He was there with Tua all the time, every time.
Really, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that. Interesting stuff. There it is in the
Yeah.
full color, man. That's awesome. TVP getting it in, running routes, I'm guessing, or sprints.
Yeah, no running routes.
Oh boy, the guy's so explosive. It's ridiculous. Get back to that 1,000-yard DVP that we had. There's Mac, right?
That boy, yes. That
Wow,
boy was there all the time.
He's ripped too. What did you think of Mac as a receiver when you saw him firsthand?
Dude, he's big. He's a tall dude, strong dude. Tall and strong.
Does he look more built like a tight end than he does a receiver?
Dude, he's a hybrid, a good hybrid, both. Very mobile, but still big. Big guy.
Cleats are fire, bro. Cleats are fire. I'm guessing that's Bowden by the tattoo in here.
Nah.
Who's that?
That's I think his name was Robert Foster.
Oh, there he is, Robert Foster. I haven't seen much of him. That's why.
Yeah.
How fast was he when you saw him up close and personal?
Yeah, he is fast. I had no idea who that guy was. I was just like, oh, let me get pictures of like all them. And that dude is fast.
Mac making some catches.
Mm-hmm.
That's
he
the
loves
shot
doing some acrobatic. About. Yeah, he loves doing some acrobatic catches. But yeah, those are shots I'm talking about where you just see all those muscles poking, and the focus, the eyes on the ball, the extended. Yeah, those are shots I like.
He got pretty good hands too, eh?
Yeah.
Miles?
Nope, that's Albert Wilson.
Albert Wilson, there he is.
Yeah.
I should have known by the shirt.
Yeah, he always.
I've seen it, yeah.
Always has some words on his shirt, man. Always trying to talk about something. Love that guy, man. Cool dude, good dude.
You think he's gonna have a breakout year this year?
He has to, bro. He has to feel so rested, so good right now.
That's a good shot. Is he spinning the ball? That's sick. I would have loved to see like a GIF of that, you know what I mean? Or like a video of that. That's sick.
Yeah, no. I wasn't expecting it, man. I wasn't expecting it. Because some guys love the camera and just like other people don't even look at it ever. Most people don't even like look at the camera. I'm just there. I stay out the way and shoot what I can get.
Got some nice pics here, bro.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I like to do black and whites mainly for seeds. Those are the pics I like, man. I'm telling you, he loves stretching out for that ball.
That's sick.
He loves stretching out for that ball. That's Matt Collins.
Yeah, you got the jump man going on right there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Salbert again.
Man, he's such a good route runner. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's so smooth. So smooth. His IQ's
through the roof?
Yeah.
One of the smartest, safe to say one of the smarter players we have?
I would think so. I would think so for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a dope pick, bro.
Yeah. Love all the shirts he always wore. Always wore a cool shirt, man.
That's a dope picture.
Yeah. People would always write to me like, oh, like, where'd he get it? Where'd he get him? I don't know. I'll ask.
Is this Malcolm?
Yes, Perry? That's Malcolm Perry. Yep.
What do you think of Malcolm Perry? Like, do you think he's too Do you think he's undersized? Like, what do you think about Malcolm Perry?
Man, I don't believe in that word undersized anymore, man. We got amazing players, all kinds of sizes. But no, he's strong. I think there's a picture in there. You'll see his muscles later. That he is strong, and but he was like, just kind of sitting back, listening, and then doing what he, had to do.
I wanted to tell you when I saw this earlier. I love this picture because I don't know why, but it looks like it's from the 80s. And it might be the filter you used. I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
but
just
like,
the edit I did.
yeah, it just looks like a classic picture. You know what I mean? Palm
Yeah,
trees in the background. Look at that sky, man.
yeah, that's a tough thing about photography, man. Some people like some weird like edits like that. Other people just like natural edits, or just people just want to stick to black and whites. So especially with these guys, like I just want to send them pictures. I'm like, should I make it weird and cool, or just give them a natural one? So this day, I think I did some weird edits to it, made a
that
different
guardian.
color.
Yeah,
Hmm.
dope. Look at this at the starting stances at this line of scrimmage. That's dope. Look at again with the shirts.
Yeah,
Albert be
another
killing today.
another share. Yeah,
Albert be
always
killing it. And the socks are killer too, man. That's amazing.
Malcolm. Yeah.
Yeah. I got the Navy, eh? There's the man right there. Man, I'm just telling you, bro. I cannot, you've been working out with him firsthand. You've seen him work out firsthand. I cannot wait till all these people eat crow. I just can't wait. Like,
Man, I can't wait for dude. I'm too excited, man. Every time I talk to these guys, I'm like, how much longer we got? I'm so excited for all these guys, man. Like, you have no idea. Growing up as a kid trying to play professional, and then having a season, even for these guys, their first season playing professional football, they had no fans in the stands. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That sucks, man. You work your ass off to play in a stadium full of fans and hearing all that noise in your first years, no fans. Like, come on. So that's what gets me super pumped about this year, man. Them finally having fans out there. Just
Let me
that
ask you
energy
this.
is different.
Let me ask you this, because part of it I do is I do a lot of all 22 breakdowns. I do a lot of film studies and stuff. I'm a film junkie. I have a lot of college stuff. I do all 22 of the season as it happens. Last year, I broke down every drop back Tua had. I've watched every snap he had at Alabama. And I asked Nick this. I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think it's far fetched? Because I don't. This is my comp. I really think Tua his ceiling is Brady-esque, where from the neck up he can just be overly elite, cerebral assassin, can dice you up. Like, I think he can be a perennial all-pro guy. Like, I truly believe that with the bottom of my heart. Do you think that's far-fetched to say that he could eventually become Brady-esque?
No, not far fetched whatsoever, dude. Whatsoever. No, man. I see it. I see that guy. That guy's different. Tua is a different breed.
And do you think the receivers are seeing that too? Like, it's such like I said to you earlier, Armando had that article at the end of the season where anonymous players were kind of out on Tua. Now Barry Jackson put out an article where anonymous players are saying they think he's going to be really, really good. Do you think because he worked out with so many of these guys firsthand at your guys' facility, it's kind of flipped the perception of him? They've seen how hard of a worker he is. They've seen how well he's grasping the playbook. They see how he's transformed his body, how his even DVP talk about how his mechanics are better now.
Yeah.
Do you think now that the guys inside the locker room on the offensive side of the football are becoming believers of this kid?
Oh, absolutely, man. They have no choice. They have no choice. Just all the things you name, bro. Like, just you could tell how much work he's put in this offseason, man. And just even that in itself, him like having these guys come out there like on his own, like just shows like how much of a leader like he is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Is incredible.
What do you think of Alan
I'm so
Hearns?
excited. Alan Hearns, man, I saw him. I think only that one day.
Really,
Um,
eh?
yeah, seen that one day, man.
And
Don't know
Gesicki didn't
too
come out
much.
very much either, right?
Mm-mm. No, I never saw Jaceki. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish I saw that boy.
Catch that blonde hair and then the Miami sunshine.
I know, right? Where is he from? He's probably just like in his hometown.
I don't know where he's from, but I know obviously played at Penn State, right?
Yeah, some of these guys, man, they don't live down here.
A lot of them do, though, right?
Yeah, for the majority, it's Miami, man. Who don't want to live down here? Buy themselves a little house over here.
Malcolm Perry got those calves going on right now,
Bro,
huh?
you haven't gotten to a picture yet. Where Bleacher
I
Report.
love this picture, by the way. Love that picture. One of my favorite out of all the ones you took.
Man, it's just my favorite ones and the best ones are always the ones where like the person actually like is looking at the camera. You know, a lot of them are just like away. I'm just getting them walking away or catching a ball. But when they interact with the camera, those are the best. You see their personality come out.
What were you gonna say about Bleacher Report with Malcolm Perry?
Oh, that I don't know if it was Bleacher Report, but like one of those like Instagrams posted a picture of some players like legs. They were like, oh, like you could tell this guy just doesn't skip leg day or something. And I was like, man, like I see those kind of legs all the time. And then I posted like the next day, I was like, and I tagged like that Instagram. I was like, man, like check out these legs, boy. Check out these. But you'll get to it, man. We'll see it. Watch when we get there. That's a sled day, I'm telling you. That's a sled day. That he was racing everybody.
Is that Singletary?
See how many people out there? Yeah, it's Singletary. You see it. They're all lined up. He's just there, just cheering people on.
How much weight's on that sled?
Right there, I want to say 90 pounds.
Damn.
But it all changes, man. Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Okay, I'm going to guess, not even the name. Nick's holding his legs, and tell me he doesn't have to go down to the floor and elevate back up.
Yeah, he has to go down as far as he can, nice and controlled. Yeah. Wow. It's called Nordic hammy curls.
Wow.
Those are tough. Those burn.
Oh my God. What kind of reps and sets do you do of those?
Man, not many. Not many. You probably do about six reps, God. 6 to 8 reps. But you go nice and controlled as far as you can. Then eventually you kind of give up and you push yourself up a little bit and come back up. One.
Man, I played quarterback in high school and college. I didn't do any of this stuff, bro. Jeez, man.
Dude, but you see all those hamstring pulls, like everybody pulling their hamstrings because they neglect their hammies, man.
Yeah. Big picture right there, too.
Savon.
What did you think of Savon? What did you think of Savon Ahmed? He's a pretty good athlete, eh?
Yeah. Good athlete. He's huge too.
Do you guys work on blocking with running backs?
No, not too much.
Or just for the athletic training? Yeah. Okay.
No. We don't get in that much depth of like their position. Just kind of work on their footwork.
There's Miles, right? There's Miles. Yeah, it's the hair that threw me off with Albert earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, there he is. What did you think about Myles Gaskin?
Man, I think I only saw him like twice, but just like all them, man, I was just kind of just looking through a lens, man, looking through the lens, catching everything. But they all look good, bro. That's Malcolm. You're gonna get soon. That's the picture.
Holy, look at those. Jeez, I didn't even know like legs had those many muscles, bro. My God.
Yeah, that's the picture I posted. I was like, and I tagged like Bleacher Report. Like, man, y'all should post this thing, man. Look at these legs.
Good God.
Yeah. Man, that's the thing. That's the thing with photography, bro. You get a nice shot. Like you didn't see that muscular, like all those muscles, like in any of the other pictures. That's just like sometimes you get the right spot at the right time, you know.
I gotta ask you this, man. You worked with a lot of these guys. Is that wide receiver battle in training camp because we got 13 on the roster? Is that one of them? Do you think that's going to be one of the better battles in training camp on this team? Because some of these guys aren't going to make it, brother.
I know. That's a heartbreaking part, man. But Dude, I don't know, man. There's so many people up there trying to battle for that. But he's one that was been putting in overtime, man. So we'll see. I hope so.
Another closer shot, black and white. Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really like that pick,
so some of them I try to give them like the option of like having either black and white, or color picture when I send them these pictures. That's Albert.
Bro, he's killing the sock game. If you see Albert, you tell him reason from inside the NFL, you're killing the sock game, bro.
Yeah, that guy's always fresh, bro. Look at that.
That's amazing. That is epic, bro.
That guy is always fresh. That's Mac.
Yeah, Mac be killing his hair, dude, too.
Oh yeah.
He never came froed out, eh? Just took a practice froed out, and you'd see that.
He would get there, but then put it up, man, because that thing is long, bro. That thing would be all over his face. That's Kirk.
Man, he's
just rocking just his tights on.
Yeah.
Probably took off his shirt right after that.
That's jokes, man. Those socks, Albert. You killing the game. Tua Tagovailoa. So you guys obviously work with a lot of soccer athletes too, eh? Because
yes, but that's just the field that we use. That's just a field we happen to use. Those days. That had the soccer field, but that's not like our facility.
Let me ask you this, because Nick told me the story, and I had a couple people just like wild out when they heard it. Were you there when he was talking to Nick and they were just talking and like Tua wasn't even looking and he was throwing like deep comeback routes, deep routes to Devontae Parker without even looking?
I seen him do so many crazy things, man. I seen him do so many crazy things. But yeah, he'd be talking to us and just like whip it, dime right there. I'm like, what the?
That's crazy, man.
I seen him do so many cool things. There was one time Nick was like messing with him on this drill. He was trying to mess with him on this drill, trying to throw him off. It was like one where he had to like run and exhaust him, and then you'll give him a number. And then like they were like talking about like, all right, like let's get a nice deep ball in. And then they were like, all right, so the dude that was running the deep ball route, he just took off. And then Tua was doing the drill. And then they each had a different number, like an odd or an even. And then like before that, they were like, all right, let's get the deep ball in. But like Nick didn't talk about it. They were just talking about it themselves. And Nick, like, Tua cocked back to throw it. And then Nick just said the other number to the short route. And Tua just stopped and poop through a short route.
Right,
but like the whole time, all of us, even the other dude was just running. All of us are like, oh, looking for the deep ball. And then like Tua's like the only one that caught that Nick actually changed the number and had him go to just a short route. And we're all just like, oh my God.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. His mind's always on.
Reed Sinnett got the freshy cleats on too. Are those? Let me look. No, that's not the Jordans. No.
No, I'm not sure.
That's a dope picture, bro. Great work on that, man.
Appreciate it.
Sick. That I told you. I even texted you. Like I was like, "Yo, this is."
Oh yeah.
This is so dope. This picture. I don't care what anyone says, man. Like fire.
Yeah, I got so many exclusive, man. I can't show them all off. But yeah, those are a few. Those were from like a while ago too. You could tell because don't have the beard and stuff.
Let me ask you this: do you think Reed Sinnett can be more than a practice squad guy?
Yeah.
Were you like overly impressed by what you saw from him?
Yeah. Absolutely. Even Jacoby was out there a couple of times. I've seen a couple of people out there, man. We're in South Florida, man. There's people all over the place. Like Jacoby ended up like coming to like one or two like after a while, I guess, when he was like in town. Even Teddy would like go out there and just like kind of like warm up with Jacoby.
Who, Bridgewater?
Like that. Yeah.
Really?
They wouldn't be throwing to these guys, but he would like just go warm up with Jacoby beforehand, then they'd throw. And then just kind of just they were all, man, that they're athletes. They all, help each other. As much as you guys know, oh, they compete, they compete, they compete. Like they're all fighting for a spot, and they're all pretty good friends at the end of the day too. And they all want to help each other out, man. So they're all coaching each other up, which is awesome to see.
Two out here with some of the playbook, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Mac. Foster again, right? Yeah.
Yep. What's the word on him? What have we heard about Foster?
Okay, so what's going on right now with him is, so Mac Hollins, there was a lot of talk about him, potentially sticking with the team because of his role on special teams as a gunner. Apparently, Robert Foster has shown up in minicamp as another option at gunner, so they might be battling for that last spot because they offer something on special teams. So. Ooh. The great part about this, because this is one of the shots that you had that went viral. I don't know if you remember that, right? Where it went huge all over. I got to say it, bro. Reed sitting in the back like, hey, guys, what are you looking at? You know what I mean? That's awesome, man.
No, I'm sure they were talking about it first, and then Tua just walked over to talk about the receivers.
Oh yeah, I'm just being
That's how rumors start, bro.
Yeah. We really want to start a rumor. Where's Jacoby Brissett? Let's really start a rumor. No, I'm just playing.
Honestly, I was scared to get pictures of him, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I wasn't trying to I really try to stay out the way, to be honest. I don't know how people feel about their pictures and their privacy and people knowing what park they're at and stuff like that. Fans coming out there and stuff. So,
were fans coming out?
Sometimes, yeah, man.
Really, eh?
Sometimes I've seen a couple of fans, yeah. I've seen them twice, even, yeah. It's a little weird sometimes, man. There's some.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be out there with my sun hat and everything in October, bro. I'm gonna be all up in their business. Yeah, this is the picture,
I'm
right?
Excited, bro. I'm excited for you to come, man.
Man, I can't wait to meet all y'all face to face. Bring all y'all some batch cookies and watch them work out. I can't wait, man. Yeah, this is the picture. This is the picture that went viral. In all fairness, I don't think Reed Sinnett was in it. I think they cropped him out.
Yeah, see, that was probably cropped.
Yeah. But this is the one that blew up, man.
Jacoby was probably there too that day, man. I just really didn't try to get a picture of him, man. I just don't know with some people sometimes, man. They want to be in pictures and stuff.
What do you I gotta ask you this. Well, that's a great picture too. A little out of focus and then bam, in focus. Nice Polynesian. Look at Tua. Subtly, he's the king. The Polynesian Football Hall of Fame. I love it. Great picture. That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that stuff with us, man. Just awesome stuff. Great work you do, brother. Absolutely fantastic stuff, man. And to hear, when you told me you were a trainer a couple of days ago that you had that training session, and that's why we're going to originally do this. No, I had no idea. And then you told me that. I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah. And, even sometimes still some of those guys like Jet McKinnon the other day, they came into the gym and I was teaching a class. He's like, oh, you're a coach too? I'm like, bro, I do it all.
Jack of all trades, bro. Man, I've already taken up an hour of your time, bro. Is there anything you want to add? Anything you can, you want to give Dolphin fans some insight, some hope? What do you think Dolphin fans can expect this year from Tua in this receiving core? If the protection holds up, do you think this offense is going to be in line for big things?
Oh, yeah. His confidence is through the roof, dude. He looks so confident, so much more comfortable. And bro, what I think people don't understand too, that's super a big thing aside is the fact that we're gonna have fans, bro. People feed off that energy, and I don't think people understand. So we need to be out there at the stadium with that energy out there. I know I'll be out there, man. But we
Yeah.
need that energy big time, man. People feed off that. They don't understand. These athletes love it. They love that energy, and that's gonna help too a lot too. Everybody's gonna help everybody.
Man, I wish the season was starting tomorrow. I'm not even gonna lie. The fact we still got to go through training camp and such.
I
Jeez,
know, man. Gee, we still got like
man.
a month till they go to training camp, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I just want to say, man, like, yo, thanks so much for coming on, bro. I really
I appreciate you having me, man.
appreciate you having on. Yeah, any final thoughts or anything before we get out of here, brother?
Oh man, that's it. Let's go, Fins.
Attaboy.
Let's go, Fins, baby. We need
So
all that energy, all
yeah,
of it.
for sure. Make it rumble like it did in Alabama for Tua, man. Let's hear it, right?
Oh, for sure. They
So,
need it, bro. They need it.
yeah,
They need to feel it there.
yeah. All right, guys. I will be back Friday night. Tomorrow night I'll
Appreciate
be
you, man.
recording. I appreciate you, man. Tomorrow night I'll be recording the Finish line with Richmond, Webb, and Mr. Ballgame. I'll be back Friday night. Appreciate Sebastian for joining me tonight for this interview. It was awesome having you on, brother. Appreciate you,
man.
showing some of those
Follow
pictures.
Cultr on IG.
And
if
yeah,
you guys see some more stuff.
I got it right here. Follow Sebastian on Twitter and IG at Shot Culture. And do you have a store too, like linked where they can go grab some of that merch? Because it's fire.
Yeah, I always work on I'm working on like 2 t-shirt designs right now. Every month or so I'll try to drop like some new merch. But yeah,
Awesome.
my store will be like linked on IG, on my
Awesome.
IG page. Yeah,
So,
I sold
guys,
out of those hoodies, but we'll see if we bring those back soon.
You got to bring it back. I need that in black with the Shot Culture in white. That would look hard too.
Yes. You'll see that soon, man. As soon as the weather starts, getting a little cooler, I'll probably bring those back.
Awesome, bro. Appreciate you for coming on, guys. Appreciate all you. I'll see you guys Friday night, unless something breaks tomorrow with Xavier Howard or whatever. Then I'll be back. But until next time, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. And fins up all day, every day.
All day.